the silent shadows of the human psyche, where most fear to tread, a hidden truth awaits. The entire wellness industry profits from your endless search for light, while keeping you blind to what must truly die. I have walked these dark corridors of the mind for decades. What I am about to reveal is not gentle advice. It is the uncompromising path to genuine transformation. You do not rise by adding more rituals. You rise only when certain parts of you are allowed to perish completely. Carl Jung understood this brutal alchemy. He studied the anatomy of real change, not the performance of it. Growth is subtraction. 5 deep psychological patterns must die if you seek higher consciousness. These are not habits. They are the very foundations of who you believe yourself to be. Release them entirely. Anything less is self-deception dressed in spiritual clothing. The first pattern that must die is your desperate need to be seen as a good person. Every day you exhaust yourself managing perceptions. You silence your truth. You smile when you want to disappear. You say yes when every fiber screams no. Jung named this the persona, a carefully crafted mask worn to earn approval and avoid rejection. This mask is not you. It is a performance born from fear, vibrating at the lowest frequency of survival. True power emerges when you stop performing goodness and begin living with raw authenticity, warm yet firm, compassionate yet unbound by guilt. You will know this mask has died when you can disappoint someone and remain unshaken in your own presence. The second pattern that must perish is the compulsion to fix, save, and heal everyone around you. Your empathy may be a beautiful wound in disguise. The wounded healer seeks those who need rescue because their own value depends on being needed. This is not pure love. It is codependency wearing the robes of compassion. When others improve, you unconsciously drift away, searching for new fractures to fill. Real service comes from overflow, not emptiness. Offer help when asked, then step back with quiet wisdom. You will know this identity has died when you can sit with someone's pain without turning it into your mission to solve. The third pattern demanding death is your attachment to being understood. How many hours have you wasted explaining your soul to those incapable of seeing it? This craving reveals a deeper fracture. You have not yet claimed internal authority. Your reality still needs external validation. Those who reach higher states of consciousness speak when appropriate, but do not beg for comprehension. They trust their own knowing completely. Some relationships will fade when you stop over-explaining. This is not loss. It is necessary space for deeper connection. You will know this need has died when you are misunderstood yet remain anchored in unshakable self-trust. The fourth pattern is the most seductive illusion, the fantasy of who someone could become. You see their potential so clearly that you ignore their present reality. This is projection, a powerful spell that keeps you chained to painful cycles. You relate to a ghost of possibility instead of the actual person before you. Here is the twist few dare to whisper. The version you love may never exist. It is a story your wounds need to survive. Release this fantasy through honest grief. See people exactly as they are, not as you need them to be. You will know this projection has died when someone shows you their truth and you believe them without rewriting their story. The fifth and deepest pattern is the identity of being wounded. Your trauma is real. Your pain matters. But when it becomes your core identity, it becomes your prison. Many articulate their wounds with precision, yet still organize their entire lives around them. This is victim consciousness, not as shame, but as orientation. There are hidden comforts in this identity. Gentleness from others, ready explanations, community. Yet these comforts exact a terrible price. True integration honors the past without letting it author your future. The question shifts from, "Why am I this way?" to, "Who am I becoming through this?" You will know this identity has died when your history is part of your story, but no longer its headline. Each of these 5 patterns once protected you. Now they anchor you to a smaller existence. Transformation is not addition. It is the courageous act of allowing parts of yourself to die completely. Between the old self and the new lies the void. Jung called it necessary darkness, the fertile ground where authentic power is born. What emerges is not another polished mask. It is a quietly sovereign being who moves through the world with clarity and depth. A person who acts from authenticity rather than approval, who serves from fullness rather than hunger, who trusts their inner knowing without demanding consensus, who sees reality clearly and chooses accordingly. This is the higher frequency, not through crystals or affirmations alone, but through the disciplined release of what no longer serves. The path is not comfortable. It was never meant to be. Yet it is the only one that leads to genuine freedom. If these words stir something ancient within you, it is because part of you already knows they are true. Begin the quiet work of letting these patterns die. Grieve what must be mourned. Stand in the void with courage. The version of you waiting on the other side has been watching patiently all along. If this message reached the depths of your psyche, share which of the 5 patterns hits you hardest in the comments. Subscribe and turn on notifications. More hidden truths of the mind are coming. Your transformation does not need more noise. It needs your honest surrender. Walk gently, yet firmly into this new chapter. The shadows have shown you the way. Remember, real power is not loud. It is deep, cold, and unwavering. Thank you for having the courage to listen. Now go and do the inner work that most will only talk about. The choice has always been yours. Choose release. Choose clarity. Choose the higher path. Until next time, stay aware of the masks, both yours and theirs. This is the quiet revolution of consciousness, one deliberate death at a time. You are not alone in this journey through the dark. The light you seek is found only after the necessary surrender. Carry these truths with you. Let them work silently within. Real change is rarely celebrated in the moment. It is felt in the years that follow. Trust the process. Trust the void. Trust what remains when the false selves fall away. Your higher self is not waiting to be found. It is waiting to be uncovered. Remove the weights. The freedom on the other side is profound. This work demands everything and returns more than you can imagine. Speak less about transformation. Embody it through these quiet deaths. The world needs more people who have walked through this fire. Be one of them. I will see you in the next transmission of Hidden Knowledge. Until then, observe yourself without mercy and compassion at the same time. That balance is where mastery begins. The masks are heavy. Set them down. The helper role is exhausting. Release it. The need to be understood is a chain. Break it. The fantasy of potential is a beautiful lie. See clearly. The wounded identity is familiar. Step beyond it. You already know what must die. The only question is whether you will allow it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is continuing despite the fear of ego death. The void is not empty. It is full of potential. Step into it consciously. What you become on the other side will surprise even you. This is the real work of raising vibration. No shortcuts, no performances, only truth. I have guided many through this threshold. The ones who surrender fully never regret it. The ones who hesitate remain stuck in familiar suffering. Choose wisely. Choose now. Your future self is already watching. Make them proud through your quiet courage. The darkness is not your enemy. It is the birthplace of authentic light. Embrace it. Release what must go. Become what you were always meant to be. This knowledge is ancient. Jung simply gave it modern language. Now it is in your hands. Use it. Live it. Share it with those ready to hear. The collective consciousness shifts one liberated mind at a time. Begin with your own. Thank you for walking this shadowy path with me today. Your awareness is the first and most important step. The rest is deliberate, courageous surrender. I believe in your capacity to transform. Now prove it to yourself. Until we meet again in the depths, stay aware, stay honest, and let what must die finally rest in peace.